Today's video is the second video to our personal finance spring cleaning for 2023. I'm going to be touching on the topic of credit cards and how to choose it based on your different needs and scenarios. And through that, I've done the comparisons for you so you don't have to. Watch up until the end and I'll share with you a guide that I have done up as well. Let's get straight into this video. It's going to be very practical. I want you to take out your mobile devices with me and download the template that I have down in the description box below, and you'll be able to list out your monthly expenditures, a rough estimate, a budget. You do not have to have the exact figures. Why I'm asking you to do this is because a lot of credit cards out there will need you to identify what category of spending do you spend on. It could be things like dining, food delivery, transportation, Grab rides, travel related expenditure. If you do not know what you're going to be spending on, you will not be able to find out what credit cards to use to be able to maximize the spending needs that you have. Let's go to the Excel sheet and I'll do mine and you'll be able to see how it is done. Pause the video after that, then you'll do it for yourself and continue on with the video. Let's go to the spreadsheet. The table that you see over here is actually an extract of my annual budgeting spreadsheet which I use to track my expenses, my income, my bills every single month. I've listed out my fixed expenses. It is my life insurance, endowment plan, phone bills, Spotify, iCloud, and also my taxes for the month. The amount will roughly come up to $474.72. When we go into our variable expenses, this amount here I'm budgeting in the scenario when I'm in Singapore. To be able to relate to you guys and to make it more practical, I'm doing it in the perspective that I am in Singapore and I'm working full-time. Depending on my schedule, I'll go to the office and that is my expenditures. So I'm budgeting $200 for social meals out. These are meals that I have with my family, my friends, and work meals will be meals where I go out for lunch during my work days. Me time is what I do to recuperate and recharge, and groceries $50, bus and MRT rides $40, my daily transportation every single month. This amount of $40 is actually derived from my wallet by budget because I've seen the trend in the last few months and this was the amount that I've come up to. Cab and car rides, I don't really take cab, so that is zero and the rest of it is zero as well. My expenses in total will come up to $440. By doing this, I'll be able to see how much I'll be spending on in a single month because some of the credit cards have minimum spending, and as you can see, my variable expenses minimum spending is only at $440, which would mean that it is very hard to hit a credit card's minimum spend of $600. I think that is the lowest in terms of all the credit cards out there. There's one other at $300, but let's not go into the credit cards right now. The main idea of documenting down your fixed expenses and variable expenses is by you doing this and knowing what you'll be spending on in the months to come, you'll be able to decide what card to use because a lot of the credit cards out there have category spending to hit and you'll be able to get the maximum cashback for those categories. Take a pause in this video, go and fill out this Excel sheet that I have created for you, and then come back to this video. We'll go into the different scenarios and the different credit cards to use in those different scenarios. I'll see you back here later. Alright, are you done listing out your expenditures month on month in a budget? Let's go into what credit cards should you be using. With that in mind, you'll be able to select the different credit cards. I'll list out the 3 different scenarios that I've chosen, and based on what you have listed out, you can pick some credit cards to do the comparisons for yourself. For those of you who are saving with OCBC or UOB, right now these 2 banks give you the highest interest rate possible based on the savings, crediting your salary and spending with them. If you are fulfilling these categories, make sure to look at the credit cards by OCBC Bank and also UOB. Now let's go into the first category, which is a no minimum spending category, and I resonate with this a lot because in my expenses earlier on, you saw in the table, I do not actually spend a lot when I'm back in Singapore and I will not be able to hit some of the cards minimum spending of $600. The 2 credit cards that I'm going to talk about is my top 2 no minimum spending credit cards because it fulfills a lot of our day-to-day expenditures, and let's go into the first one. The first is HSBC Revolution credit card. On my YouTube channel, a lot of you might have watched the video. I have a full credit card guide talking about the HSBC Revolution credit card, how it's the best no minimum spending card right now in this category. HSBC Revolution gives you 2.5% cashback if not 4 miles per dollar on selected categories like dining, supermarket, food delivery, others such as transportation, membership clubs, departmental stores and retail stores as well. These are our day-to-day expenditures. It's a good card to spend on because you'll be earning 2.5% cashback in the form of reward points. HSBC gives really good reward rates for a no minimum spending credit card. Take note that transportation over here doesn't count for your bus and your MRT rides, which leads me to the second best no minimum spending credit card, which is the Standard Chartered Smart Credit Card. Standard Chartered Smart Credit Card gives you 6% for your transportation for bus and MRT rides, and also 6% on other selected merchants. They are only giving 6% cashback for things like Fun Toast, Toastbox, Ya Kun. For those of you who are coffee lovers, this card should be for you. Daily commute, bus and MRT rides, subscriptions such as Disney Plus, Netflix, Spotify, and also YouTube. And then comes the category of fast food such as Burger King, KFC, McDonald's, and also Subway. They're giving 6% cashback on these merchants. It's a good card to have because it is a lot of our day-to-day expenditures as well. MRT and bus rides, and also our digital subscriptions such as Disney, Netflix, Spotify, and YouTube. For these two cards, I have sign up links. SingSaver is giving a very good offer for these two cards right now. You can either get an AirPods Pro with the Standard Chartered sign up. If not, HSBC right now there's an offer giving free earbuds and also Ergo Tune chair, depending on what you choose for. So check out the link down in the description box below. And these two credit cards are my go-to. If you've seen my channel and my money diaries, I talk a lot about the HSBC Revolution credit card. It's my main credit card because if you saw in my earlier table, I only spend roughly about $400 a month, and I try to keep my expenditures as low as possible. I only spend what I need to. I don't chase after this in hopes to get more cashback out of fulfilling the minimum spending. I know there are other no minimum spending card out there. Why I chose HSBC Revolution and the Standard Chartered Smart Card is because of the higher percentage cashback that you'll get. If you compare between no minimum spending credit cards such as the Citibank Cashback, Standard Chartered's Unlimited, and also Amex True Cashback, it's ranging between 1.5% to 1.7%. There's also the UOB Absolute Amex. So this is why these two cards are the top in the no minimum spending category. The next one, let's go into the minimum spending of $600 on a credit card. Which cashback credit card will be the highest? And the first one that comes to my mind is UOB Evol. UOB Evol is a great cashback credit card to use if you can fulfill the $600 minimum spending. The UOB Evol card, you will need to spend into the category of online and also mobile contactless payments. Mobile contactless payments would mean that you will add the UOB Evol to either your Apple Pay, your Samsung Pay, or Google Pay, and use that in stores, use your phone to pay, and that will consider as a mobile contactless payment. Online transactions will mean things that you buy online, if not transact with, such as Grab, Gojek, Shopee, Taobao, Lazada, that kind of thing. Keep in mind, these two are the categories that you need to fulfill. UOB Evol doesn't restrict you to things like dining, supermarkets, travel, etc. However, there are some categories that is omitted from earning cashback. I have a full credit card guide talking about this credit card as well, and it is one that I have in my wallet because it is the best credit card in the $600 minimum spending tier. Spend $250 on online, $250 on mobile contactless payment, and $100 in the others category, and you'll be getting 6.67% cashback effectively. Refer to that video because I will talk a lot more about it. It is one of the credit card that you can look at when it comes to the minimum spending of $600. The next one that I want to talk about is DBS Live Fresh. DBS Live Fresh also gives you really high cashback rates in that category. However, if you want to compare between UOB Evol and DBS Live Fresh, UOB Evol is definitely better because it gives you 6.67%. DBS Live Fresh works roughly about the same way. It gives you $20 cap cashback in the category that you can spend on. DBS Live Fresh is a second credit card to me. If let's say in this month I'm going to be spending more than $600, I will max out the UOB Evol first and then move on to the DBS Live Fresh. This is how I use the card. If you are only choosing between the two, make sure to go with the UOB Evol card because that gives you a higher cashback rate on the same amount of expenditure. Let's get back to the video. So UOB Evol is the best in the $600 minimum spending category. The next one is $800 minimum spending, and this card is the Maybank Family and Friends. Maybank will give you 8% on the eligible transactions in 5 cashback categories, and they have listed the cashback categories on their terms and conditions, which I will link down in the description box below. It's a good thing to note that the cashback categories that you'll be able to select from is very similar to our day-to-day expenditures. For example, groceries, transportation, dining and food delivery, data communications, online TV streaming, and they even list out the retail stores and the merchants that you'll be earning cashback under these categories. If you can spend $800 on a credit card, Maybank Family and Friends is a good card to look at. $800 is a huge amount of money, but for those of you who are in a different phase of life, you will probably be able to spend that large amount of money. And the next one that I want to talk about is actually the Citibank Cashback credit card. Citibank Cashback credit card is also a $800 minimum spending credit card. However, this card focuses on 3 categories, being dining, grocery, and also petrol. So if you own a car and you spend a lot on petrol, this card is a good card to look at as well. 8% for petrol, grocery 8% as well, and dining 6%. It comes up to a cashback cap of $80 and all other retail spend will be 0.25%. Maybank Family and Friends is 8% on the 5 categories that you choose. Citibank Cashback is 3 categories, dining, grocery, and petrol, $80 cap. These 2 are the cards that I rank in the $800 minimum spending credit card cashback category, and these are my 3 scenarios. One is no minimum spending, another is $600 minimum spend, and also the next tier at $800. This is how you can actually decide for the cards that you'll be using and the maximum cashback that you'll be getting. You have to look at what your expenditures are at the start first. Now that you have listed everything and you know roughly what are your expenditures, you can then look at the credit cards in the different tiers, whether is it no minimum spending, $600 or $800. The broad-based first umbrella that you have to go through is the minimum spending on a credit card. Whether can you hit that amount, and then after that, should you be finding credit cards that fall into the different category of spending such as dining, transportation, travel related. That is how you can actually go through step by step the process to decide which cashback credit card is good for you to use. My strategy now, because I'm traveling very often, I rely a lot on no minimum spending credit card. However, as I mentioned earlier, if I'm spending on air tickets and also hotel transactions, it is a huge sum at the start, and which is why I use UOB Evolve, the first tier, and once I max out that card, I will go to DBS Live Fresh, because even if I max out the online transaction, I will roughly get about 3% for the minimum spending of $600 in that category. The sign up links that I've put down in the description box below are the relevant credit cards that I've mentioned today and the sign up offers if I do have them. It is not because it is affiliate links, that's why I'm recommending this. I've done extensive research comparing between cards like UOB One, DBS Live Fresh, POSB Everyday, and all the credit cards out there. I do personally use these cards as well. HSBC Revolution is one that I use and I talk about a lot. DBS Live Fresh is also one of them, and also the UOB Evolve card. Don't mistake that I'm only recommending it because I have affiliate links to them. It is not because of that. It is because I really love using this card, and it is my cashback strategy card for 2023. When you sign up with the affiliate links, I do get something back in return for the amount of time that I've spent doing the comparisons and doing up this video for you guys. No pressure. If you do want to support this channel, you can sign up through those links. If not, go ahead to the bank website and sign up as well. I have a guide for this credit card choosing and allocation. It is a PDF document for those of you who like to read and have more numbers to do the comparisons for. Similar to my emergency funds video, that PDF guide, it is something like that. So have a look at that. Down in the description box, the details is all there. Like this video, give it a big thumbs up. 2 more weeks for this spring cleaning for 2023. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.